Wonder Wednesday. Hey, everybody, how are you doing? This girl is getting her ass kicked a bit by the cosmic energies and by the experience that my soul came here to experience. And that's what I want to talk today about experience. So I wonder what your experience recently has been like these past few weeks. All the energies of the cosmos, all the energies of our daily lives, of the relationships we have. And I talk about relationships a lot, relationships with ourselves, with others, with money, with our bodies, with giving and receiving. So many types of relationships in our lives, and all of them pointing us back to the most important relationship, and that's the one we have with ourselves and a higher power, in my opinion. And one thing I've really been sitting with, particularly in the past few days, is the energy around how we label experiences as good or bad. And I've been reflecting on human experience, like how we experience life as a human being versus how we experience life from a soul perspective. So it's almost like looking at our human experience with the physical world from the vantage point of the ground, and then looking at our soul experience, what we chose to experience in this life from this bird's eye view, from a higher vantage point. And we're not just looking at it, it's also feeling into it. So I have something going on in my life currently, a number of things actually, that my human self feel very challenged by, feel very sad about, feel very emotional about. And I've labeled these different things different ways. And then I look at the soul perspective. I look at the reasons why my soul chose to have these different human experiences and what the potential lessons are, what the potential, and when I say lessons, it's like, what is it exactly that my soul chose these experiences for? Why are these things happening, and how can I find a place of peace when the human part of me does not feel peaceful? The human part of me feels very raw and emotional and untethered and unsure. And where there are so many areas of my life where I am being not just encouraged, but I'm almost being pushed into the unknown and into territory that my human self doesn't want to go to, but my soul self is like, yeah, rock on, girl. You got this. Go. Do it. It's time. Stop effing around. And as I say that, I take a deep breath. And so I wonder for you, in your life experience, are there things, relationships, or different areas of your life that are calling you to step outside your comfort zone? And like my Monday message stated, cut the cords of doubt. Not doubt yourself, not doubt your choices, not doubt the path that you need to walk down, and feel a sense of peace around being able to do it, or have a sense of your soul's rationale. It's not the right word. I'm not really sure what the word would be, what the soul's intention was around that particular experience. And remove the label of good or bad. Remove the label of this, I find, I'm trying to think of another way to describe it, but it is like kind of good or bad, positive or negative. I know for myself, like I will be in a situation where it doesn't feel good. And I'm always about moving towards what feels good, what feels the most aligned. But there's a distinction between what feels good, what feels aligned, and taking that step forward towards your self, towards your soul experience. If you think about it in terms of, we crafted this life, we're co-creators of this life. We decided what people came into our lives and what experiences we wanted to have, and made the determination as to how we were going to navigate it, and what we wanted to learn from it, and what we wanted to experience from it. And while from the human perspective it can be really, really hard, from the soul perspective it's perfect. It's exactly what we wanted. It's exactly what we came to experience. And so if we can remove the label of this feels awful into not bypassing it, recognizing, okay, it does feel awful, but I know the bigger picture. I know the reason why I'm experiencing it. Maybe we won't stay in awful quite so long, because all of the emotions, whether we label them as good or bad, are all valuable, because we're here to experience it all. We're here to experience sadness and grief and bliss and peace, the whole thing. But we can't know what bliss and peace is without knowing what sadness and grief are. And the other way around, and all the different emotions and sensations in between. And with that knowledge, knowing that whatever challenge you might be in, whatever situation you might be facing that isn't feeling comfortable, or is something you'd rather not experience, can you take a moment to pause and recognize that it's something that your soul chose? And if someone else is involved in it, know that it's something that they also agreed to do with you. They agreed to this experience. They knew how it was going to play out, just like you knew how it was going to play out. And it's letting go and surrendering. And those words, I feel like they're so overused, but it's so true. It's just like letting go of the way you want things to be versus how they are. And you can be focused on the feeling around that, the feeling you want to have, the sensations you want to have, and keep moving towards that. Because as you move towards the sensation, you move towards the feeling, you move towards the energy that you want to experience, you'll begin to line up more with that versus you butting up against that which you don't want. I hope that I express that in a way that makes sense, because sometimes I notice that I can talk myself into a great big circle. So I hope actually let me change my words there. My intention is that whatever words came out were the exact remedy or salve that you need for whatever you might be going through. And I thank you for allowing me to share what's happening in my world, and I hope that it helps you in yours. So remember, we learn from one another. Take a deep breath, everyone. We got this. Please share with someone you think may benefit, and I will see you very soon. Ciao for now.